Greetings, everyone. My name is Peter Pardo. I am the host and publisher of Sea of Tranquility, both here on the YouTube channel and on our webzine, which is located at www.seaoftranquility.org. Thanks for coming. We know we've had a lot of folks who are new to the channel in recent weeks and months, and we wanted to kind of talk a little bit about our programming schedule so everybody kind of has a clearer understanding of kind of how we run things on Sea of Tranquility, style of music that we cover, all that sort of thing. We generally try to run this channel like a TV channel, like a cable channel, so you have days of the week and very, very specific programming that airs each and every day of the week with some wild card stuff that happens, kind of haphazardly throughout the month. But for the most part, we're fairly predictable here. So again, as far as the styles and genres of music we cover, it's based on the stuff that I really love a lot. And the panel of experts that generally appear here on Sea of Tranquility are also big fans of these genres. It's all forms of heavy metal, so it could be classic metal, could be power metal, progressive metal, black metal, death metal, different forms of extreme metal, thrash metal, instrumental metal, right? Heavy metal, that's probably the number one type of music that we cover here on the channel. Along with that, hard rock, certainly. I'm a huge lover of just classic bluesy hard rock and the proto-metal stuff, 70s hard rock, so we cover lots of bits of hard rock. We do a ton of progressive rock on the channel. Progressive rock could cover, classic 70s style prog rock, neo-prog, more modern stuff, instrumental prog, as well as prog metal, like I mentioned before, as well as kind of fusion music, which kind of goes back and forth between closer to prog or closer to jazz. We cover lots of jazz fusion. Fusion music is kind of interesting because it kind of incorporates both jazz and classical and prog elements. All right, so fusion music as well. Classic rock, so classic, rock and roll. We do bits of that as well. We do some bluesier stuff as well, but that's basically the gist of what we cover here. If you're looking for like punk and new wave and classical and pop, we don't really go into those genres. It's not really my wheelhouse, as well as many of the people who appear here on the channel. So if all that sounds good, you come to the right place. So now let's get to the schedule. So basically, we'll start off the work week on Monday. Monday, we have a show on Monday evenings, and most of our programming does run in the evenings, or at least premieres in the evenings, but you can catch any of these episodes, any of the videos on demand at any time. Monday evening, generally speaking, somewhere around 9:30 or 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are here in the New York area, so I do everything on East Coast time. We have a show called the Hudson Valley Squares. That is probably our longest running regular program that we've had on Sea of Tranquility. It's also our most popular and most viewed program over the last probably 2+ years. We really got started with the Hudson Valley Squares in late 2019, and it really kind of came into prominence during the beginning of the pandemic. Hudson Valley Squares, I'm from the Hudson Valley here in New York. I have lots of musical friends who live here in the Hudson Valley area. We all decided a bunch of us decided to get together on a weekly show on Monday nights to just kind of talk about hard rock and heavy metal. So usually it's a full panel show, anywhere from 4 to 7 to 8 people. Okay, we all know each other, all right? We're all from this area, and we all love hard rock and metal. So if you're interested, if your passion lies with hard rock and metal music, and you're not afraid to stick with us for an hour plus each and every Monday, that's what we do on Monday nights on the Hudson Valley Squares. It's a lot of fun, a lot of laughs, a lot of metal talk, a lot of hard rock talk. We got some interesting personalities. Like I said, it's a fun show. It's been our most popular show for a long time. For a reason. I think people really enjoy the camaraderie and the bantering between all of us, and we cover all sorts of different topics. If you love Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Black Sabbath, Metallica, Megadeth, Thin Lizzy, UFO, so on and so forth, Rush, all that kind of stuff, we talk a lot about heavy bands and heavy music on Monday night, so come join us on the Hudson Valley Squares. Tuesday, we switch gears. Tuesday night is in the Proxy. And the Proxy generally airs usually somewhere between 9 or 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also a larger panel show talking all about progressive music, right? Progressive rock, progressive metal, and fusion. Large panel show, could be anywhere from 3 to 4 to 7 to 8 people. Again, all people who kind of know each other through the prog community. We've banded together and to give our expertise, talking about lots of subjects, talk about favorite albums and bands and years in music, and analyzing a lot of prog rock classic bands as well as newer bands. So if you're interested in prog rock, prog metal fusion, Tuesday night in the Proxy, that's your show. Again, hour plus pretty much every week. So most of these panel discussion shows, if all you're interested in is like a 5 or 10 minute video, that's not what these are all about. These are all music discussion, in-depth analysis shows, lots of bantering, lots of opinions. Okay, so be prepared to sit down for an hour plus with us on Tuesday nights for In the Proxy. Wednesday is What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility Day. So that is the day where myself will review anywhere from 1 to 2 to 3, sometimes 4 new releases that have come out fairly recently. Generally, these are all separate videos, somewhere in the neighborhood of 5 to 10 minutes long, where I will talk about a specific album that's come out, and I'll show it off. Generally speaking, I only do reviews on stuff that I have physical products on, because I know many of you out there are physical media buyers, so I like to show off the CD or the box set or whatever it might be. Sometimes we review music books or music DVDs, Blu-rays, that sort of thing. And I will give you a review of that release. Do I like it? Did I not like it? I might give you a little rating, okay? And you'll generally get a couple of those each and every Wednesday. So if you're someone who's interested in new music from either newer bands in the genres that we cover, like I mentioned before, or older classic bands who are releasing new stuff, or even some cool reissues and things like that, Wednesday is your day. I will urge all of you who are watching to give our new product, new album review shows a watch, because our mantra here on the channel is to give exposure to bands and music and albums that you may not have heard about before. And I think we all could agree that it's nice to every now and then come across something that you weren't familiar with that becomes one of your new favorite albums, right? So that's every Wednesday, What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility Day. Thursday, we kind of move away from the music a little bit, and we go towards probably my second big love, which is horror, monster movies, sci-fi movies, that sort of thing, fantasy films. So we have a show called The Monsters Den. And The Monsters Den is basically, again, another panel show where we dissect, talk about film franchises, specific films, certain genres and topics and things like that. So if you love horror films, you love monster movies, you love classic sci-fi movies and things like that, The Monsters Den is every Thursday night, again, somewhere in the neighborhood of 9:30, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Generally speaking, about an hour show or thereabouts, and usually it could be anywhere from myself and one other person or 2 or 3 other people. Generally speaking, it's like usually, in most cases, like 4 or 5 people or less. That's Thursday nights. Friday, we've got Friday Morning at the Funhouse. That's a morning show. Okay, this is all these other shows have a live premiere at night. And what does live premiere mean? That means we debut the video, the live premiere, with a live chat going. Okay, so we're not actually live. We've already pre-recorded these shows, but you get the live premiere, so all the viewers can actually participate in the live chat. Sometimes many of us personalities who appear in the video also show up in the chat room, and we can kind of discuss what's going on in the video as it's airing, right? So that's the live premiere. Friday morning, we have a show called Friday Morning at the Funhouse, which is myself and Martin Popoff. Martin Popoff is a very well-respected Canadian music journalist. He's written tons and tons of books. He's the original editor-in-chief of Brave Words and Bloody Knuckles. Martin and I have been doing a Friday morning show together for roughly about 2 years called Friday Morning at the Funhouse, where each week is on a different topic, where we analyze albums and bands and album art and songs and all that sort of thing. And it's a fun, very more thoughtful, much more detail-oriented show that's just kind of like point counterpoint, right? We're basically just 2 people going kind of head-to-head discussion for an hour. Usually our shows are just about an hour every week. So that is Friday mornings. That generally airs about 10 or 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Friday mornings. Saturday we have a show called The UK Connection, and that show features myself along with 2 of my regular UK participants and actually longtime collaborators on our Sea of Tranquility webzine, Simon Bray and Stephen Reed. One's from Scotland, one's from right there in Great Britain, and that is a show where the three of us talk about all sorts of different music topics. Some could be very UK relatable. Sometimes we do like little, favorite and least favorite band shows or album shows, that sort of thing. We talk about concert experiences that we've been to, all sorts of really fun, lively discussion, lots of laughs, lots of talk about beer. So that is featuring, again, Simon Bray and Stephen Reed, two of my long time collaborators here on Sea of Tranquility. What was originally just a chance happening to get them both on a show for the first time has turned into a weekly show, so we do that each and every week. On Sunday, we have a very special show called Album Homework Assignment. This is an idea that came to us from Jamie Laszlo, another one of our regular participants on the channel, where we get two Sea of Tranquility personnel together. We get each one of them to give the other an album that they really like that the other has never heard before. Okay, and each person has to give the other person an assignment of an album. They get roughly a week, sometimes a little bit longer, to listen to the album, dissect the album, take some notes on the album, and then we record a show where they come in and each one talk about the album they were given, what did they like about it, what did they not like about it, would they buy it, would they maybe just stream it online? Would they investigate the rest of the catalog, or would they just forget all about it? So again, it's a very cool discussion, generally speaking, about a 30-minute show where each person talks in depth about the album assignment they were given, and that is every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I do want to mention the UK Connection show debuts at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday afternoon. So that's basically your whole week, but that's interspersed with other things, just in case you thought that that's all we do. We do regularly, sometimes weekly or bi-weekly, we will have album ranking shows where we will take the discography of a specific band, and either just myself solo or with other people, we will rank the albums in that discography from our least favorite to our favorites. Those come fairly regularly. We've done top 10 song shows on specific bands. Sometimes we do rant videos if something kind of strikes us that we really want to rant about. We also do tribute shows to a lot of our fallen rock star favorites. We've been losing a lot of the legends over the last couple of years. So generally speaking, when someone is of prominence passes away, that I have ties to, as far as my interest and my knowledge of them, I will do a tribute video to that particular musician or artist who has passed away. We also have specific, like once a month shows, like shows that we do one day a month, each and every month. So we've got the Curse of the Collector, which is a large panel show, generally speaking about an hour and a half long, where we all talk about some cool collectibles that we've gotten of late. So CDs, LPs, box sets, DVD, Blu-rays, that type of thing, where everybody shows off a couple things, kind of like a show and tell show. That's for you collectors out there. We also do a show usually the first Friday of every month called 4 Fusion Friday, and that show features Eric Porter and George Lemie and myself. Those two folks are also appear on in the Proxy, and this is strictly for the fusion fans. So if you love instrumental music, right, jazz fusion, prog fusion, that sort of thing, that is all for you, generally speaking, about a 30 to 45 minute show. The reason why we call it 4 Fusion Fridays, because each and every week the focus is on 4 fusion albums that are somewhat related. Okay, they might have been released in the same year. They might all have the same drummer appearing on them, might be debuts from all of them, right? There's some sort of little thing that ties all 4 of them together. Maybe they all feature the same guitar player, or maybe, there's something tied to them. Something that ties them together. And what we do is we rank them, okay, from our least favorite to our favorites. And usually we also talk about some new fusion releases that are coming out. There's usually also a pick of the week that we talk about, that sort of thing. So that's usually the first Friday of every month. We also have another monthly show called The Guitarist Corner, where we put together a panel of some folks here who appear on Sea of Tranquility who also play guitar, and we talk about guitar themes. Right? Favorite guitar players, favorite guitar solos, favorite guitar riffs, favorite guitarists who play Les Pauls, favorite guitarists who play Fender Strats. It's, favorite songs featuring the wah-wah pedal. It's all topics that would interest guitar players. And that's usually about an hour-long show. So that's usually also once a month. Like I said, there are other things that do pop up from time to time here on the channel, but that is the meat and potatoes of it. And generally speaking, every morning as well, each and every month, there's a different monthly theme show. and that usually airs at 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Every day, every month is a different theme. Every morning you'll get about a 5 to 10 minute video of myself, and it'll be a month-long theme, and I'll give you every day my different pick for whatever that theme might be. So a lot of programming. A lot of programming, so best bet is, if you don't want to miss any of it, to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you get alerted of all of the content. But it pays to come back to the channel and look and see what's sitting there and what's been newly released. And we also do put everything into playlists. So if you're not sure if you missed something, or you're curious if we've ever done something before, we have a playlist for every type of show we've ever done. So go back and look at the playlist. You can see all the kind of fun things we've done in the past. Because, we've done some experimental shows where we've done these like little short series and things like that. You can go and revisit any of those. We did like a cool mixtape challenge thing a year or two ago. We did some really fun stuff. So go back in the playlist. You can see all the different types of shows we've done in the past. They're all available there on demand whenever you want to watch them and rewatch them. And we've also got links below if you'd like to support the channel. We have links below to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, and as well as we have a merch page where we sell all sorts of cool Sea of Tranquility t-shirts and hats and caps and hoodies and coffee mugs and stickers and all sorts of stuff. We've got t-shirts for almost every show that we do on the channel, all sorts of different designs and logos and themes and things like that, whether you like more of the prog, whether you like more of the metal, that sort of thing. Also, if you're new to the channel and you like vintage comic books, I also run a second channel called Comic Book Geezers with my colleague Wild Bill. That's all about showing off and talking about vintage Marvel and DC comics from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. That's basically what we cover. So as you can see from the top, I got a pretty vast comic collection, and that's what we do. It's show and tell. We go inside the covers. We talk about favorite artists, favorite writers, favorite series, favorite covers, storylines, all sorts of stuff. So that's Comic Book Geezers. That's also here on YouTube. Just search for Comic Book Geezers, and if new videos air for that every Wednesday and Friday morning. So there you have it. That's us here at Sea of Tranquility. Hope you like what we see. Like I said, we've got a long list of participants who help us out here on the channel and contribute some great stuff. And and you'll see my mug here in basically every single video that posts on the channel. So thanks for watching, thanks for coming, thanks for your subscriptions, and hope you enjoy your stay here on Sea of Tranquility. Please, like I said, please subscribe. We got a lot of cool stuff here. If you're a fan of heavy metal, progressive rock, hard rock, classic rock, and fusion, this is the place to be. So thanks, and we'll see you later on, because we are here on YouTube all together all the damn time. I am Pete Pardo. Thanks.